Why most production mini bike fenders look terrible and what to look for. So if you're restoring a vintage mini bike, you probably notice that most production chrome fenders out there look cheap. And I'm not talking about the price, I'm talking about this here dull, cloudy finish that screams reproduction part. Today I want to show you exactly what separates good chrome from the bad chrome and why it matters and what you should be looking for when buying fenders for your restoration project. I'm Dan Przowski. I've been in the mini bike world for 50 years. I restored them, I ride them, and yeah, I also sell some parts for them. But before we go into that, let me show you something most people don't know about chrome fenders. So here's the issue. When you're shopping for fenders online, they all look kind of the same in the photos, right? I mean, you think chrome's chrome, they're all the same. But when they show up at your door, that's when you realize this thing looks nothing like the original fenders that came on either a Rupp, a Bonanza, a Fox, or a Little Indian. Take a look at this one right here. This is what most are selling places. You know, you look at it, it's chrome, technically, but look at the finish on here. It's really dull, it's cloudy, weird looking to it. Honestly, it looks like a budget part, right? Okay, so now look at this. Can you see the difference? This is what show quality chrome is supposed to look like. It's bright, it's mirror-like, and it actually reflects the original vintage look from the fenders of the day. The difference here is night and day. And it just isn't about looks, although that matters a lot when you're putting hundreds of hours into a restoration. And I'm not faking this either. Look at, they're both rubbed out or polished the same. This is just the quality of what you get from us at allaboutminibikes.com and what you would get somewhere else online. So if you're shopping for reproduction fenders, here's what you need to look for. Okay, so the first thing you want to look for is the finish. If the seller's photos look dull or cloudy, it's exactly what you're going to get. Don't assume it's just the photography. If they can't make it look good in their own listing photos, it's not going to look good in person. The next thing you want to do is maybe look for reviews or examples. So if people are posting pictures of the fenders installed on their bikes, how do they look on those? Do they shine? Do they look like a quality part? Or do they look off or dull? Also, price matters, but not as much as you'd think. The cheapest option is not usually the best option. It's cheap for a reason. But here's the good news. Quality chrome doesn't have to cost a fortune. You just have to know where to look. So, I did mention earlier that I sell parts, and full disclosure, but these bright chrome fenders, yep, they're ours. We make these specifically because we got tired of seeing people with instant, dull, cheap-looking fenders on otherwise beautiful restorations. All right, mini bike friends, let me tell you about these. These are reproduction fenders designed to fit most mini bikes. They're based on the original style that you'd find on a Rupp, a Bonanza, a Fox, a Little Indian. It's had the classic chrome look of the 60s and the 70s. Now, they do come on drilled. That means that you drill your own mounting holes based on your specific bike setup. And I know some people see that as a negative, but honestly, it's a feature. Every vintage mini bike has slightly different mounting positions. Some use struts, some use a direct mount bracket. Some people get creative and do things different. So by leaving them on drilled, you can mount these on basically any vintage mini bike exactly the way you want them. But here's what sets these apart, the chrome quality. We went through multiple suppliers before we found one that could do with them what we have here and make it look at this level of a finish. So look at that. That's show chrome quality. That's what your bike deserves. And when they're mounted on a bike, they completely transform the look. Bright chrome just makes everything else pop. And now here's another thing. They're $50 each, and that includes shipping. You're not going to find this level of chrome quality at any price anywhere else. I've looked, trust me. Before we started making these, I looked everywhere. So whether you're looking for a full restoration, building a mini bike, a custom one, or just replacing rusty old fenders on a rider, these are the ones you want. Alright, so let me quickly talk about installation because I get questions about this. Like I said, they come undrilled, so here's what you need to do. You need to figure out your mounting setup. Are you using the original Fender struts, making your own brackets? Most vintage mini bikes use struts that bolt to the frame and support the fender. Measure twice, drill once. Mark your holes wherever they're supposed to go. Use a center punch and drill clean holes. The steel is thick enough to be sturdy, but not so thick that you can't drill with a regular drill. Mount them up and enjoy the fact that your bike now has fenders that actually look right. The universal fit means that these will work pretty much on any vintage mini bike that use the style fender. And even if you're doing something custom, they're a great starting point. Okay, so let me show you as an example. Here's our fender, and what I have here is a 1974 Golden Pinto mini bike. And this fender, if I wanted to replace these, would fit exactly. It's just they made pretty much everything the same size back in the day. Now, if you have a mini bike you're doing custom or they have none at all, custom, I could either drill a hole, run it, mount it in here, trying to be careful, mount it there, or I could mount a bracket from there to there and drill holes. As you can see, whether it's custom that you're trying to do or rebuilding, restoration to a mini bike, our fenders will fit, will work. Thanks for watching. You can go to our site, allaboutminibikes.com. Look up at the top. It has chrome fenders, and you will see that these fit both the mini bikes and the go-karts. Allaboutminibikes.com. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. And also share with your friends. And we're going to be giving out a free mini bike book on our site, allaboutminibikes.com, when you sign up at allaboutminibikes.com for our newsletter. Thanks for watching. Please share with your friends and ride those mini bikes.